Hello people! As I've already told you, I'm done with my bachelor thesis and I'm currently making my way through all of the things that I didn't have time to do while I was writing it, so now I'm making a video. So today, as you've probably seen in the title of the video and also on the thumbnail, I have another train story for you. Because as it figures first day of uni, I want to go to Bonn, and guess what the trains do not do? Work properly. So this was actually last Monday, which was the 19th of October, and I had uni at 10 o'clock and I was just strolling through the train station looking at stores and stuff, and then I went up to my platform to check how my trains were running. Basically there are 3 trains running between Cologne and Bonn, and that is the RE5, the RB48 and the MRB26. On this particular day I was looking at the announcement board and it said that the RE5 had 10 minutes delay, which usually means that I have to decide whether I want to take the RB48 or the RE5, which is always a bit of gambling. The thing that made me decide to take the RE5 was that the RB48 was also delayed by 5 minutes. So I'm standing at the platform where the RE5 is scheduled to arrive soon, and it's 32 and the train arrives, and I'm like, well, this is perfectly on time. Why did they say it's 10 minutes delayed? That makes no sense whatsoever. I get into this perfectly on time train and get a seat and sit down, get my book out and read. So 5 minutes go by and I'm like, well, now we're on time, you could be leaving now, please. And another 10 minutes go by and I'm like, well, now we have 10 minutes delay, so you could be leaving now, please. And another 5 minutes go by, no announcement whatsoever, the light is dimmed, and we hear strange noises from the train itself. I was getting kind of worried that this train was never gonna go. The guy who was sitting next to me and me look out of the window and see a lot of people leaving the train running, and also the RB48 driving past, so leaving the platform, leaving the station, going towards Bonn. And I'm like, yeah, great. I just missed the train to Bonn and this one is not driving. So the guy sitting next to me looks at me and is like, where are they going? And I'm like, maybe they're trying to take the 48, but that just left. I don't even know what they're trying to do. I don't have a smartphone, so I can't look up stuff. But the guy sitting next to me gets out his phone and looks up our connection, and he's like, well, this has 30 minutes delay on it. And I'm like, great. So I'm already debating whether I'm going at all or whether I'm just getting out and going home, because I'm gonna be half an hour late to something that is just 1.5 hours long, and then I have to go back to Cologne immediately, which is also gonna take an hour, so I'm losing a lot of time, and I'm also making a late entrance into a class that has already started on the very first day, which is not an impression I wanted to make. Another 10 minutes go by, we're now hopelessly delayed, and everyone is talking to each other, we're wondering what's happening, there's been no announcement whatsoever, and people are constantly leaving the train. So I'm talking to this old lady sitting diagonally across from me, and the guy sitting beside me, and he decides to get up and get out. I'm still talking to the old lady when finally there's an announcement, behold, not in the train, but on the platform outside, that says that this train is gonna get cancelled because the train itself is broken. Technical difficulties was what they said. And they didn't know that when the train arrived, did they? Apparently they didn't. And they couldn't have told us that something was wrong with the train and needed to be fixed when it arrived. When we still had the chance to take the RB48, that would have been great. That train would have at least gone to Bonn, which this train didn't. So we all get out of the train and it's already time for the MRB26 to arrive, which arrives at 56. And I just made sure that the old lady got on the train. Then I proceeded to call my mom and tell her that I'm going to come home now because trains are stupid. But what I found out the next day, and that made me even more furious than the incident itself, was that the class I was trying to get to didn't even start until the 26th. I would have been going to Bonn for nothing. And now I have to be grateful to the train system that it's not running properly. Because this way I saved time by sitting in a train for half an hour that wasn't running. This makes me so annoyed that because of my own stupidity, I had to go through that horrendous experience and be so annoyed and then come home and have a guilty conscience because I skipped class and then find out that the class didn't even take place. So that was my train story. To address the elephant in the room, I have obviously rearranged my shelves and rearranged my room a bit. And what I want to know of you is whether you'd be interested to see a room tour. It's not yet done, so it's gonna take a while. Still get a few more shelves because I have a lot of books. I have close to 1,000 books now on 11 square meters of room, which is not a lot of space. But yeah, I'm getting a few more shelving areas, and then I could do a room tour if you'd be interested in that. Tell me down below whether you'd like to see a room tour. So that was that for this video. I'm gonna see you soon in my next video, which will probably be up within the next 2 weeks. And until then, have nice days and nice weeks, and keep on reading or something. I lost the ability to end these. I know how to end this. Kitty!